My Play Select viewers, welcome to another episode of Play Select. My name is Gold Mountain, and in this episode, well, we just got back from E3, so we're back to our regular scheduled program, and as you can see, things are kind of different. Michael Biehn. You may have heard of him in Terminator and also Aliens, but also in his groundbreaking role as Sergeant Rex Power Colt in Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Well, in May, he was in an interview, and in this interview, he stated that there was a huge possibility of a sequel for this amazing DLC game. Now, if you haven't played this game yet, you are not part of the 500,000 people who have downloaded this game within 2 months of its release, and this has made Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot very, very happy, to quote. Now, that being said, this gives us a huge chance in terms of looking for the possibility of a real sequel, because this game is off the chain. I'm just excited because this game even convinced the director, who never plays FPSs, to play an FPS. That's how good it is. And he liked it. He liked it. Did you like it, Arne?
I liked it.
Yeah, he liked it. There you go. So that being said, we'll let you know more about it when it comes up, because I can't wait for this game, especially the Power Glove soundtrack. So neon. So my favorite E3 moment was when I got to interview Yu Tanimura-san of Dark Souls, the director, which you can see right here. You should see it because we really need the hits. Anyhow, new Famitsu just dropped. We got some brand new information about the game, which is gonna get Dark Souls players really excited. Now, the first big thing to happen is the introduction of the guard break. It's kind of like a riposte. Instead of parrying and fighting someone, you just beat them until they're down and then you just crunch them and kill them. This is great for multiplayer because you can't turtle anymore. Also, another addition to combat is the one-switch ammo for your bows, so that makes shooting arrows a lot more easier if you're playing a ranger class. Thirdly, jumping, praise the sun, is dedicated to one button now, so no more rolling to your death. Now with magic, there's a lot of spells, but I'm only gonna talk about one. It's called the Dark Orb. You can use this on your victims to drain their stamina. Think about it in P versus P. It's gonna make a lot of sense, right? Anyways, the last thing I learned about this game was, well, I knew about the introductions of life gems because I used them in the demo, but I did not know they had this, a special breed of grass that will actually replenish your magic powers. I know, that exists already. But anyways, that being said, it's in the game. It's really gonna make it a lot more fun, a lot more streamlined, no more fat. Watch the interview. Can't wait for Watch Dogs? Love marketing? Go on to www.wearedata.com. This is Watch Dogs' official website. This is very, very cool if you haven't checked it out yet. It pretty much accumulates all of the public accessible data for 3 cities right now, and you can spy on all those people. Now, the 3 cities are London, Paris, and Berlin. And it's very interesting because you can see like bus routes and Instagram photos where it's being taken. Like, it's really just GPSing everybody, so you can be a huge creep. Now, this is a really good way to prime yourself and prepare your mind for the creep that you probably are, and play this game, Watch Dogs, when it comes out. Launch title, PS4, Xbox One. Akihiro Hino, the boss of Level 5, the company, not the game, he just recently teased a bunch of fans about a localization release of, get this, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Now, this game came out a while ago, exclusive to Japan, but now he's like, this is what he had to say. Something is in the works, but I can't talk about it today. Please be patient. Now, this was in response to fans who asked him about localization of said game, and Capcom has not said anything at this stage. Now, if we've learned anything from our interview with D&D producer Derek Neal of Capcom, who said this.
This game and the previous games in the series we've done are proof that Capcom listens to its fans about what games it bring back. So if you have a particular game that you want us to bring back, be vocal about it, email us, go to the forums and talk about it, because all of the ideas for these games come fundamentally from you guys. So shout it out to us and we'll try our best to make it happen.
Capcom is listening, so stay vocal, let them know you want this game.
You have reached the wrong number.
Hotline Miami 2, wrong number, finally makes an appearance. Now, the context of this game is set before and after the events of the original. And in the original game, you played as Jacket, a serial killer perhaps, well, someone who just killed a lot of people. He wore a mask, he got all these weird messages on his phone, and he went out and took out some hits. Now, the hits being Russian mafioso, he kills them all. So the devs are like, what are we gonna do now? We killed off all the bad guys. So in the world of Hotline Miami 2, pretty much the universe has been taken over by a passion for mass vigilantes, and you have 2 types of factions which you will be playing. So the first faction is is the Pig Butcher. It's very much akin to a 90s-esque slasher film character named the Pig Butcher, so he'll be killing people, but the people come back alive. This is something that you will see. The second faction are called the Fans. Now this is very interesting because the Fans, according to the devs, actually really represent the fans of the original Hotline Miami, who, when hearing the sequel, wanted no changes whatsoever to the new game. So in this game, the fans will be actually getting phone calls, messages, wearing different masks, and there's 4 fans, so each fan has their own different masks and much different powers from each other. So there you have it. Now for release dates, on the Eurogamer website, they have an exclusive interview with someone who claims to be Jacket. To me, it seems like a random crazy ass person wearing a chicken mask clucking away, but they did certainly allude to a winter release. Now the name of the game, once again, is Hotline Miami 2. Wrong number. So back in the day, in the early days of Play Select, we documented how this one man named Ben Cousins, and not the Australian League football player Ben Cousins with the ability to smuggle drugs in a specific way. No, not him, but the leader. Actually, no. He's more like the rat, the stool pigeon, the snitch of the Stockholm dev scene. Ben Cousins, ex-Ubisoft employee. Well, he said that everyone in Stockholm knew that Mirror's Edge 2 was being in development. And people were like, no. Ubisoft was like, no. Well, guess what? Now, especially after E3, it definitely is happening, and the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I just want to let you in on a few facts you may or may not know. Now, first off, this game is supposed to be a prequel or a reboot or just a huge origin story of Faith. I mean, in the trailer you can see Faith getting her tattoo, interesting, but also this is supposed to be an open world game. So this is very interesting, especially with the graphical capabilities that you have on the PS4 or anything next gen. Just seeing this leap of graphics is gonna make this game so awesome because people have been waiting for this game for over 5 years now. Very vocal fan base, so finally your dreams have come true because you get to follow Faith jumping along, and we'll have more about this when this comes out. So while this definitely wasn't gonna happen for previous gen, it is happening now. And speaking of games that couldn't happen this gen but definitely will happen next gen, The Order 1886. Now if you guys watched Sony's conference, this game was probably giving you a double take because when I saw it I was like, did not expect this at all. Now, nobody did except for the developers who've been making this since 2010. Ready at Dawn Studios have had this game in incubation, thinking about it, and they finally found the PlayStation 4, at least the dev kit, something that can realize their dreams and make this game come true, because it looks amazing. Now, what is The Order? From what we know so far from the trailer, it is set in a neo-Victorian time, because you can see that there's a lot of the steampunk action going on. And well, I wouldn't say steampunk because I do see a lot of electrical devices, such as one of the protagonists having an electrical Tesla-like gun, the train going by, the radio that they talk to on the neck. I mean, that looks really, really interesting. Plus the airships. Now, because this game is set in neo-Victorian times, you can assume that the antagonists are most likely from the Gothic literature stories of that time, such as Frankenstein, werewolves, vampires. I mean, I'm only saying this is an assumption because I see in the trailer, there's that guy, he's like, rah, rah, and he's making all these werewolf noises, so most likely it's a werewolf. Also, this game looks like it's gonna be 4-player co-op, and I'm also putting in conjecture here because we do know for sure that this game is gonna be a third-person action shooter. And in the trailer, there were 4 protagonists riding that cart together, facing off the beasties. So when you have 4 people in the trailer, most likely it's gonna be 4 people in gameplay, because what we see in the trailer is actually in-game footage. So this might fill in the gap that I have for some next-gen horde mode, because definitely there isn't any of that right now. I'm not hearing any of that news whatsoever, except in Gears of War Redux. Nah, man, you guys know that ain't gonna happen. I mean, this was obviously a fake troll. It's on the PS4. Gears of War would never use that funky font. I mean, there's not enough steroids injected in that Redux font. That's just way too Tron. And at the same time, just not gonna get horde mode, man. I mean, it'd be cool if we see something next gen that may have the Pendulum Wars. I mean, that's something that Arne and I would personally love to visit, but it ain't gonna happen now, is it? Redux. Time to announce the winner of last week's prize time. Nelson Okami, you just won yourself a copy of Resident Evil Revelations. It's a really cool game. Finally, you get to use Jill once again after a long hiatus. And you knew the answer, George A. Romero. He was the one who directed a Biohazard commercial for Japan. Congrats! It's that moment you've been waiting for. Prize time! Your favorite moment of the week where I give you free stuff. Now, prize time works like this. Very, very simple. I'll give you a question, give me an answer, and if you get it right, I'm gonna give you some swag. Now, ground rules, if you know the answer to my question, please put it in our inbox, not the comments. Inbox, not the comments. And where's the inbox? In our playasiatv channel. Just send us a message there. We'll get it, put you in the lucky draw. Hopefully you'll get this prize. The Last of Us, that's right. Most hype game ever this year. Everybody loves it, everyone's playing it. If you haven't had a chance to play it, here's your chance to get it. So the question of this week is this. In The Last of Us, cordyceps is the fungus that infects humans, causing the zombie apocalypse. Well, in real life, name the insect, the crawling insect, that the cordyceps usually infects. So there you have it. That's the question. Wish you guys a lot of luck on this. So that being said, my name is Gold Mountain. This has been another episode of Play Select, and like always, peace outside.
Hey guys, subscribe right here.